I'm back with a review of a book for parents or people looking for reading for elementary school students, specifically first grade through fourth grade. This book is called Cam Jansen and the Mystery of the Circus Clown. And as always, I kind of take a look at the book and see just on the surface what my first impressions of it would be. So this is an older cover. It's probably a book that I found at a thrift store. But again, it's kind of in the form of a chapter book. And it is a part of a series, the Cam Jansen series. Cam Jansen series actually has 3 different reading levels. So this is the reading level that is geared towards 2nd through 5th grade. I'm telling you that now because when I give you more information, you're probably going to be surprised when you hear that. This book only has 57 pages, which for a 5th grader, I don't think that I would necessarily recommend this for a 5th grader. Probably wouldn't even recommend it for a 4th grader. So I'm looking at it thinking that more than likely we're looking at maybe a 2nd or 3rd grade level. Now here's what I like about it. As you can see right away, there are lots of words on the page. There are illustrations throughout, but really it's more dense in information or passages to read than the prior books that I've shown you. So again, it's a bit deceiving, right, to have 53 pages in a book, and yet there is definitely a lot of content here for your child to practice reading fluency, reading comprehension. You be able to interact and engage with the information and ask questions about it, and also still have maybe the opportunity to use a dictionary to look up books or look up words that they may not have seen before. So my initial thoughts are 2nd to 5th grade, I would say no, this would be more of a 2nd or 3rd grade level. I was very pleasantly surprised because, as I've mentioned before, I just recently did a year as a 3rd grade teacher, and I would say that that a 3rd grader could pretty easily read this book without much assistance. There's probably about 10 words in here that I would say that they would more than likely have to look up in the dictionary to find out what they mean. But for the most part, the story is a really well-written story, and you can tell that the author, and I don't think I've told the author yet, David Adler, has done a really good job of putting context clues around words that might be challenging for a child. Okay, so here's what it's about. Here's a synopsis. Clowns are juggling, the Baylor brothers are swinging through the air with the greatest of ease, and wallets are disappearing without a trace. Cam Jansen, the 5th grader with the mental camera, doesn't clown around when a thief gets into the act. Now again, that's something else that's pretty surprising to me. While this story is about a 5th grader, again, going back to the number of pages and really also the simplicity of the story, I found myself wondering why they made Cam Jansen, which I won't give it away, but that's not actually the main character's name, why they made her a 5th grader, because this could have easily been a story that was told based on 2nd grader, 3rd grader, in my opinion. But it's a very well-written story. There's lots of twists and turns in it. It gives the opportunity for the child to be able to think about what they think would happen next. There's actually a couple of surprises, so you may think it's going one way and it's actually going in a different direction. So I really like that. It gives the opportunity to really allow the child to engage and think about what's going on in the story. Now, the story is a bit simplistic because nowadays I find not many kids have gone to the circus before, believe it or not. So this might be also something that you have to have a discussion about before you even get into the story. So again, this is going back to based on my experience this year. I have just found many situations as far as when I'm looking for books for children to read that we have to be careful that we're not just putting it in their hands and not really taking the time to look through it and seeing if it's something, first of all, that they would be interested in, and second of all, that if they're interested in it, would they be able to follow the storyline because it's relevant to something that they have been exposed to before. This is a story about friendship. It's a story about doing the right thing. It's a story about working together and problem solving. So all of those things also lend itself to being a really good chapter series to look into. So I would say for sure I would recommend this series. I don't think I've mentioned this, but it's called the Weekly Reader Books. I'll show you that. And I believe that there are 8 books in this series. And again, I mentioned that to you because there's actually 3 tiers of Cam Jansen books, and this is the most, this is geared towards older kids. So, all right, let me know in the comments if there's any books that you're interested in me reviewing, and I would be happy to do so. But I would definitely say this is one that I would say is a real winner, would be good for 2nd, 3rd, 4th grade. And again, it's a quick read in the sense that, it only has the 57 pages in it, but I do like it because, again, I feel like it gives more opportunity for you to work on fluency, on sequencing, on problem solving, on getting behind the motives of the characters in the story, and then also just having a nice read where 90% of the words they should be able to understand and comprehend as they read.